to talk to you about how to use depth of field in portrait photography. The aperture or f-stop I select has a huge impact on how my final image will look. Your aperture controls the depth of field. An image shot with a small aperture of f16 has a greater depth of field, or more parts of the image are in focus. An image shot with a larger aperture has a shallower depth of field, or fewer parts of the image are in focus. Shooting wide open or at an f-stop of 1.2 on a very fast lens and 3.5 to 5.6 on many kit lenses will give you a blurry background. A blurry background will make the subject in your portrait the hero of the shot because you remove all the distracting guff in the background. When there is too much going on in a shot, the model can get lost in all the extra detail. In this series of shots, you can see just how much the amount of blur in the background affects the look of the shot. At f22, the background is sharp and distracting. It's difficult to tell what the shot is about because there's so much going on in the frame. When I shoot portraits, I want my model to be the hero of my shot. I want them to stand out in the frame, and the best way to do this is to blur the background. Notice how the background becomes less and less of a distraction as I shoot at shallower depths of field. The blurrier the background or shallower the depth of field, the more my model stands out. Factors that affect the degree of blur include the focal length of the lens. The longer the focal length, the shallower the depth of field. This is worth remembering if you ever need to photograph more than one person, but I'll discuss more about that in the section on posing groups. Other factors that affect the degree of blur in my background is how close I am to my subject and how far away they are from the background. As a general rule, I love to shoot my portraits at very shallow depths of field, wide open, because I want my model to be the hero of the shot. The other advantage of shooting wide open is that it can transform an otherwise ugly background into a beautiful one. This is the reason why I'm so in love with my 85 1.2 lens, as it makes every background beautiful and dreamy.